So hi, my name is Spandan Banerjee. Currently, I'm not pursuing any career as such. I'm working with an event called India Surf Festival. That is my dream to sort of collaborate musicians, artists, and people who want to express their creativity in any form, along with adventure sport, which is surfing. Because in a way that is a form of art in itself, because you're harnessing a natural energy which is not very, you cannot comprehend that energy, you cannot understand it fully, and to use that in a creative way to glide over water. And I want to bring that celebration and share it with everyone. That's pretty much it, and that's what I've been doing for the past year and a half. Yeah.
And you?
My name is Trevor Monroe. I run an adventure camp in the state of Uttaranchal in a little town called Barsu. I'm a good friend of Spandan's, and I'll be helping him curate the music for the India Surf Festival.
Achha, now, simple, I mean, do you guys vote?
No.
No,
Say that.
No, I don't vote.
I do not vote either.
Yeah. I just had my voter's ID made just so that I can have another secondary or an additional ID proof. That's it. But at the moment, I don't intend to vote, because I don't see the political structure as like a governing body who really makes rules, because they're just babus. They're just following orders from people who have more power or who have money. And again, there's no democracy. Yeah. There's no say for the normal people. There's nothing. There's a big separation between like the masses. Yeah.
Yes.
And
Most reports on politics would suggest that they're in it for selfish profits. I haven't scrutinized politics too well, but I agree with whatever I've read so far. Personally, I'm into a lot of anti-government conspiracy theories, and it just doesn't seem to play out right, voting and being a part of it, because I feel like you lose in any case. I feel like it's all part of one big illusion. There might be two contenders and two opponents, but behind the veil and the illusion of it all, they all ride back home together and split the profits.
and what is your guys' take on cannabis? The criminalization and decriminalization of cannabis?
My take on cannabis,
Do you think it should be legalized on that?
yes.
To a certain degree, yes, absolutely, yes.
Controlled, perhaps. Legalized, yes. Not just for conventional uses such as smoking, but for many other uses, as it was displayed in the movie Bomb itself. The usage of hemp in medicine,
Paper, clothing, and just herbal use. You can make creams, you can have it for food, yeah man, so a lot of uses, yes.
And what is your take on the film one?
Well, yeah, the film, as you showed, is your journey, which you have shown and you wanted to express and share with everyone. So it's almost like living or being part of those 5 years, 6 years that you've spent there. And it's in some ways an eye-opener. I've always known of this place, never been there, and to see it from like a perspective in which you're part of it. You're not just a visitor, you're not a tourist, but you're living it. And to show just the simple impact of society around or outside Malana, how that's impacting them, when all they want is to be by themselves. They were happy the way they were for centuries, and we think that they need help, or for our selfish motives such as electricity. Maybe people in Delhi are over-consuming, they need more electricity, so they set up dams up there, send wires few hundred kilometers down those hills, which are picturestic, and then as soon as you put dams and wires everywhere, now every frame you have, you've lost it, because there are cables and poles everywhere now, and we don't realize the impact of like our overusage, how it's in some way destroying someone else's life, their livelihood, their lifestyle.
I think the movie also emphasized on love being perhaps a true and honest means of conveyance, perhaps vaporous and transparent, but definitely honest, very real and authentic relations.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was actually very nice to see and to understand how politics, which doesn't need to interfere with them. They have, yeah, okay, I agree. There is now after, I know it's simple charas which they have their livelihood on, or hemp for that matter, not just charas in fact, but because of the mafia, illegal smuggling, I'm sure there's killings, there's bribery that happens related to the charas. But if they
And
can,
what do you think about, I mean, do you think Kekti should be released? I mean,
oh yes, absolutely,
Definitely.
absolutely. There's no two things about that because
can you utter it? I mean, like,
yes, she should be released immediately because it is absolutely cruel. It is injustice. There is no justice, especially what she had to say. If she was caught with, say, 15 kgs, the cops have taken like almost 70% of it, sent her in for.
Anyway, the
holding
case was
offense.
already framed.
So exactly,
it's
that's what
absolute
it's just sin. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. Yeah, man. And
It's
the
absolute
cops are
sin.
there to help us, protect us, but we're always scared. As soon as you see a cop, you want to run away, even though you haven't done anything. And that's exactly as the movie showed. There's no trust. People cannot trust people. You cannot look at someone else in the eye, and it's hard.